There's a couple of things here. First off, let's. I want to get to Judge Rakow, but
bouncing all over. But
yeah, Kendra Culpepper. She was the assistant district attorney at that time, and I believe it was last year or the year before. She was considered the district attorney of the year for the entire state of Texas. But what you're telling me is
she refused that domestic violence in 2013, and then she has consistently refused to table the interference with child custody, 2503.
Right.
And then when I asked about it, I was told that it was presented to the jury and they did a no-go, but there's no proof, there's nothing.
yeah.
A few years ago, I met with Kendra Culpepper at the Rockwall Harbor. I think it was the Hilton or something. I was at an event, and I had my camera with me, wanted to interview her. And she was like, "You're going to be nice to me." And I said, "No, I just want to talk about 2503. And she said, "Well, we prosecute 2503. I think she had one case. But she would not let me interview her at the same time because she was afraid I was going to be hard on her. But my purpose in mentioning this is that Kendra Culpepper is, or was, either last year or the year before, considered to be the best district attorney in the state of Texas. And you have blatant 2503, blatant commission of doing an act that is a state jail felony, and she refused and refuses still to prosecute it. How does that make you, as a veteran, an honorably discharged veteran, feel?
Disappointed. I left here under the naive notion that citizens would be protecting my children while I was away protecting theirs and taking care of their loved ones. Coming back, and like I said, I was labeled a pariah in this community. I had to wear a Scarlet A letter.
Tell us about
Dr.
Scarlet.
Ruth Johnson
Yeah.
from Dobbs Elementary treated me horribly. Just talked down to me, would snap at me.
When you say the Scarlet A, tell me, because there's a certain contact that people have. Tell me what you mean by the Scarlet A.
I had to wear this label of a cheating, non-caring, horrible mother.
Even though you were anything but that.
That he groomed
yes.
all.
Because while I was serving overseas, there was nobody here to defend me or my honor or my integrity or my right to parent.
Right. Because I just wanted to make clear that for anybody who's listening, the Scarlet A, she did not deserve the Scarlet A. This was a Scarlet A that her ex-husband, the illegal that came from Mexico, who had a plan in mind, was able to convince other people that you deserve to wear. It was a blatant lie, and this judge evidently must have bought off on it as well.
Because of the nepotism in this county, the amicus, Pamela Miley, had all this time to have a more than professional relationship with my ex-husband.
Yes, tell us about that too, because I've heard about this. I've never witnessed it personally, but
she would sit on his side of the court and confer with him and the lawyer by the last name of Poole at the time, and she was rubbing my ex-husband's back in court.
Comforting him because he was the one going through the trauma.
She perjured herself. It was just delay tactics where orders weren't signed even though the trial was in October, but orders weren't signed until December. So nobody would appeal for me because they said they have working relationships with Pam Miley and they weren't going to touch that. They were all afraid of Pam Miley because Pam Miley herself told me with Constance Mims, the lawyer from the Beale Law Firm, that she had the judge's ear and I better not piss her off.
Wow. That is something that is worthy of her being disbarred, in my opinion.
Yes, exactly.
So, but it's not just been Pamela Miley that has been...
Margaret Spain, the new amicus.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
There's Margaret Spain out of Kaufman County. She was a judge there. She's now an amicus. And based on ex parte communication with Pamela Miley on behest of my ex-husband, all this ex parte communication all this nepotism. At one point, Jim Hall, the mayor, who's married to Kendra Culpepper,
With the
was
Jim
our
Pruitt,
mediator.
Jim Pruitt.
Jim
Jim
Pruitt,
Pruitt,
sorry.
Jim Pruitt.
Yes.
Jim Pruitt, the mayor, who's married to Kendra Culpepper, was our mediating attorney.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so basically I was yelled at by my lawyer, who told me I'm better going pro se, but refuses to send me a letter, but yells at me. And
That was another attorney still.
yes,
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit more about Margaret Spain, because I believe that I was in, is it Spain?
yes,
Yeah, because I believe I was there when she was present a couple of times.
yes. She would tell the judge the children don't want to be with her, or the children, but yet she did not enforce with my ex when he broke the law
Right.
of 2503 and enticement of kidnapping a child. She enabled the parental alienation to continue.